What you're about to experience are my opinions and truths. I'm suggesting these possibilities for you to consider, enabling you to come up with your own conclusions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, code breakers around the world, wherever you may be. My name is Logan. I'm going to be your tour guide for this presentation on the topic of ICE, LA. ICE, Los Angeles, Decoded. We all know what's going on over there. Well, at least if you have been paying any attention to the movie that's playing out, which exactly what this is a movie, and it's sweeping across the United States. Things are heating up around the world. Maybe you live in Los Angeles. I love LA. I have a huge heart for LA. All the people. I see why both sides are doing what they're doing. And the code that I'm about to show you is what's leading the way. It's what's controlling our reality. This, what you're watching as a movie, is the final product of a code that was written before the final product gets delivered. Just like when you watch a movie, the movie that you press play on was already created. This is why prophecy comes true, because it's already been written. That is the screenplay. So without further ado, put on a pair of headphones, block out the outside world. Let's get started. I'm going to go right to the flag of Mexico. And I thought this was just, I don't even have words for this really, of how this flag fits here. Now, obviously, there's a big deportation going on, and I would imagine the main culture are people from Mexico. But you know what's so fascinating about this is that on the Mexican flag, and this is the logo that's used for the New Mexico flag, it's the eagle with the serpent in its mouth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the official bird of the United States? Is it not the eagle? Yep, it sure is. You literally have the flag of Mexico showing you what's going on here. And these are not coincidences. These are all synchronized into the screenplay, into the code. So when we go to the sky, right? When we go to the sun, which has a big say in all of this, the pendulum that goes back and forth, I've blocked out or grayed out the other 5 months here. Or 6 months, excuse me. The sun goes in a 13-month pattern. This graphic that you're looking at is the capture of the sun, the real sun, taking on the same day of every month for 13 months. And you'll notice, it goes in this zigzag fashion. This is the dragon. That's why the sun in Chinese is the dragon. But right now, this is where we're at. The pendulum has swung all the way over to the far right. You could say it's maximized here during the month of June. And this is where we're at right now. Taurus, Gemini season. If you're born during the early parts of June, you're Taurus sun. And if you're born midway through June, or July, I should say, you're Gemini. But we are here. The pendulum is shifted all the way over. The sun has so much to do about this. And even in other parts of the world, right now, we are witnessing what's called Operation Rising Lion. Why do they call it that? Because it's about the sun. The sun is the Lion of Judah. That's why Christianity is sun worship. Christ Christianity, Israel, it's the sun. And the sun rules Leo, the lion. So you have this going on in the world, you have this going on in the world, and then you have everything else in between. And there's a very specific reason for that. And I've gone over this before. I want to tell all of you again how valuable the cards and the tarot are when narrating how this world's going to pan out. 2025 is the 10 of Swords, which comes from the 10 of Spades. These are the castles in chess. They make or break the walls. Castles make the walls. This is card number 60. And in numerology, we have head of the snake, 60. Right there. Head of the snake is 60. So that's where we're at right now. 10 means completion. Okay? That's what this means. Now, how we got this, and you can do this with your own birth year to see what card you're ruled under for your entire year to add another layer to your contract. We start here. These are the 3 steps to get to and how we found this card. This being card number 49. First step is you take the year in question, 2025, you divide it by the total amount of cards in a deck, 52. And again, you can do this with your birth year. And you're going to get 38.94 ... right? I'm only concerned about what's in front of the decimal, so the 38. That's the second step. We take the 38, you multiply it by the 52 total cards in a deck, and you're going to get an outcome. 1976, and then the third and final step, you just take that original year, this year, 2025, subtract the 1976, and you get 49. Hence why we get this card right here. And isn't it obvious that this is what's going on right now on the world stage? We already had a precursor of that last year, 2024, with the 9 of Spades. Then the 10 of Spades comes in to seal the deal. Those are the 3 steps. That's how you do that. So let's go right to the card system, and I'm going to show you how magical this system is. Like, can you predict the future with the cards? Yes. Because they are embedded in the screenplay. So what I have here is a 3-tier system. On the left, we have what's called the Master Life Spread. These cards are governed by spreads. Every year, they change. So this is Solar Spread number 49, ruled by Mercury. And then here to the right is the Master Spirit Spread. You could say this is the spread of the divine. God's spread. It doesn't move. It governs everything else. This is ground 0, which comes after the spirit spread, and then you go from 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way up to the number 90, and it repeats. So these are the 3 that we have, and I want to show you how this pans out and what the world looks like through these cards. So the Master Spirit Spread, sitting right here, I've got them highlighted, is sitting in the same spot as that 10 of Spades in its own solar spread number 49, because this is card number 49. And then in the Master Life, we have the Jack of Spades. So this is how this works. This is the card that governs 2025, the head of the snake. The spirit spread that oversees that is the 7 of clubs. And the tarot gives us the image of what to expect. See, this card is, don't come near me. Back off. This is a card of standing your ground. There's a lot. This is the card of arguments and debates. And that is what causes wars, is debates and arguments. People thinking they're right and everybody else is wrong. And because of this, when you mix this with this, you get the revolution. This Jack of Knight of Swords, the Jack of Spades, card number 50, card number 62, this is the card of revolution. And we're going to have that 2025 going into 2026. This is the actual card that is officially going to be for 2026, the revolution. But it will start in 2025, I would say, and move into 2026. So these two cards, revolution and don't tread on me, which pisses people off, which causes disillusion and war, Gaza, Israel, now the US. And as a result, it ends in this. These two cards end in this. And to add to that, you look to where this is sitting, what space, the Mars, Uranus line. These are the horizontal, the vertical, these are the horizontal. Mars, Uranus. Uranus is very unpredictable. It's a revolutionary planet. It's an eccentric planet. It's the OG of the zodiac. It doesn't follow the rules of the Olympians and Titans. It's a standalone energy. It created all the other offspring. So you could say it's a boss energy. And when you take that energy and you add the fire and war of Mars, you can see how all of this is starting to pan out. And this is what's going to happen between 2025 and moving into 2026. We're going to move right into that. We're in a 9-year right now. 2 + 2 + 5 gives us the 9. 2026 gives us a 1. So the starting over point where we got to get through this 2025. So that's what this looks like, and that is why all this stuff's going on around the world, especially and this is about the LA stuff. So I'm gonna attack this. I'm gonna show you the breakdown of all these layers and how this methodology works in just a little bit. But what I do want to point out to you, so you can kind of get a feel for this, is that Los Angeles is celebrating its 243-year-old birthday. It's going to be 244 on September 4th. And this is its Mars card. And this is the Mars card in the tarot. It's fighting. And this is where the riots and the ice comes in. And I'm going to show you how this organization, which is the 9 of Swords, which is, when this organization comes to a city near you, people get afraid. And that's what this card's all about. This formed on March 1st. And these are the bishops on the chessboard. And these is going to be the pawns getting taken away, getting deported with this organization and the riots and all that stuff that's adding to it. So I'm going to show you how all that works in just a little bit. But let me digress and show you something that's extremely important if you live in the United States. Because the United States was formed in 1776, which is a mere 5 years before Los Angeles. And because Los Angeles is celebrating its Pluto return right here. Pluto has an orbital period of about 243 years. So LA right now, the city as a whole, has its Pluto return. As does the United States of America, the entire United States of America. Founded on July 4th, 1776. So now you bring in 2025 and Pluto is back in that same position, and Pluto is in Capricorn. Right now, Pluto is in Capricorn. I know there are some of you that follow tropical astrology and you're going to say it's in Aquarius. Well, this says it's not. And I'm going to back that up why it's in Capricorn and not in Aquarius. This is true sidereal. This is not tropical. Tropical is 23 degrees forwards into the future, meaning it's not accurate to the sky, what's really going on in the sky. You see, when the United States was birthed, it was birthed out of Pluto in Capricorn. And that was a big deal because of the fact that Pluto means the riches of the underworld. And so this was the beginning of Capricorn, which is about structure and regulation and jobs and work, and mastery over the material systems. And now it's got its return, and now it wants it all back. You could say Pluto gives, and then it wants it all back. And that's what's going on. And that's what you're going to see. As this moves across Capricorn, it's going to take about 15 years to get all the way through here. And when it does, and ends and goes into Aquarius, well, then there will be change in a different sequence and scenario. But Capricorn is earth and real estate. It's an earth sign. So the United States of America, the entire United States of America, is going to have to feel this Pluto energy for the next decade and 15 years. But it wants it all back right now. That's really what it's all about. So here is the breakdown. Going into Los Angeles now. And this obviously will play out to some degree with the United States. But LA, when we take its foundation date and we subtract 2024, because we haven't hit September 4th, 2025 yet, it's 243 years old, and we do the same formula, except we're going to do it with the cards. There are 90 card charts. So I need to know what card chart I'm going to be using here. And we just subtract the 90 until we get to 90 and below, and we get 63. Okay, that's really what it's all about. Now, this right here is the card for Los Angeles. It was founded on September 4th. It's the 7 of Diamonds. This is card number 33. So we're going to be looking at solar spread 63, and we're going to be highlighting and showcasing the card for Los Angeles, the 7 of Diamonds. Okay. We're also going to bring in chemistry. Why would we bring in chemistry? Those of you that are new, because we're made up of these elements. Many of these elements are found in the ground. They emanate. They're essential for life, and they are clues written into the script on the final product called, oh my God, what's going on in LA? So Americium, and it's so funny, right? Because America, this element was discovered in America. And there's the 243. And if you've been paying attention and you've been following this research, you know that this is one half of the I am, iodine and americium. Okay, so now we have those big things marked off. Let's go into the highlights for Los Angeles and why these riots are happening, why this ice is going on. This city, which, I love this city, it's not anything like it used to be 5 years ago. It's declining. The descent of Los Angeles is apparent when you go there. There is tons of homeless people. The crime is way up. And now this. So what I'm going to be highlighting and showing you is the Mars card for Los Angeles is the 5 of clubs, as I've already told you, which is fighting. And then the Mercury card, which is an important card for this presentation, is the 6 of hearts. This is tied to carbon and people. This is card number 42. Okay. And then over here, who started this whole thing off in a big way is the Department of Homeland Security and ICE. They were formed on March 1st. Well, this is their card. And again, it doesn't get any more clear on what this organization is all about, because when they come into your city, people run. People are worried. Especially if you live as an illegal in the U.S., you're looking over your shoulder. Well, when they come around, this is the energy that they bring. Worry, fear, anxiety. I can't sleep. I'm worried. So these are the three big layers that we're going to talk about for this presentation. So the first thing that I'm going to show you on how amazing this system is, and then I'm going to show you the astrology in a little bit. I'm going to go to solar spread 63. Again, there are 90 solar spreads in total. And again, why 63? Because we just take the year of the United States, 243. I need to go to a solar spread, and there isn't 243. There are only 90. So I have to subtract the 90 until I get to 90 or below, and we land at 63. So this is the foundation right here for Los Angeles, and then we locate the Los Angeles card. And I got it highlighted there. Notice it's sitting in the Saturn line. The 7 of diamonds is. It's sitting in space 33. To the right here, I have the card bingo chart, and these numbers indicate what number square they sit on. Start at the top right, and they go all the way down to the bottom left. So here is LA right here. And if you play chess, the aces through the eights are the pawns that sit in the front of the major pieces in the back. So LA becomes a pawn. And that's why LA is known as a place that you can go to and you can have your dreams fulfilled. The pawn gets to have its dreams fulfilled. No one knows who you are. You go to LA, you get found by an agent, or you get to be a singer or whatever, and you get found, and now you're somebody. You get to be somebody. It's very interesting how you take chess into this with the cards. And then ice, again, is that 48th card in the deck, the 9 of spades. And the 9s, if you're a 9, you are a bishop. The black bishops and the white bishops. The white bishops are the 9 of diamonds and the 9 of hearts. And we're also going to play into the latitude, longitude of Los Angeles, because these are part of the code as well, embedded into this system. So now that you have that in mind, and then this is the 2025 card, the 10 of spades. So now that we have that in mind, I'm going to move right to the left of that 7. You see this right over here? We're going to go and look at the Mercury card. So you go from right to left, top to bottom. So when we finish with this row, we're going to go to the second row here. We're going to continue on. So this right here, just to the left of that card right there, is the Mercury card. So this is the Los Angeles card, and then we go right to the left, and that's Mercury. This is going to be Venus, and this is going to be Mars. I'm going to get to that. So the Mercury card is the 6 of hearts, the child. 6 is tied to carbon. There are 6 days of creation in Judeo-Christianity. Whether or not you believe in it, it's tied to this. 6 is the first perfect number. It's the baby, it's the child. And what you're seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that when you bring ice into this, onto the Los Angeles spread, and I've placed it there, there's that bishop, the 9 of spades. And what can bishops do on the chessboard? They can move in a directional position. They can't move up or down. They can only move diagonally, like this or like that or up here. And what is sitting in that space right there? That it's going to go diagonally. It's going to attack that piece right there, the Merc, because this is a solar spread ruled by Mercury. So this is the big highlight here, or one of them. And that ice formed on March 1st, which is the black bishop, is going to take that white pawn. And that's what they're doing right now. They are deporting the pawns. They are making arrests. And of course, it's causing the riots. It's causing more of this. So the people that are getting deported, this is what they're feeling. The families that are attached to these people, that this is what they're experiencing because of this organization formed on March 1st, the Black Bishops. And on the bingo chart, you can see what that pawn sits in, space number 34. And that synchronizes with the latitude north of Los Angeles. X marks the spot. These bishops, ice, are going to move diagonally. They're going to take those pieces out. And there's the latitude north of Los Angeles. I mentioned to you that the seal of New Mexico had the eagle on it with the serpent. Not by accident. This is all playing out here since the eagle is the United States' official mascot. So that's just one big layer of it. Then we go into the Mars card. Now we're going to get into the riots. Now we're going to get into the people fighting back. And we've highlighted and I put an arrow. This is the Mars card for Los Angeles for its 243-year celebration. It's the riots card. This is fighting, rioting, looting, pillaging. And it's all because of this organization moving in and starting to deport people. And remember, it's all scripted, meaning these people are doing what the script says, and the script is written not by man, not by woman. And this is how big this is with that 5 of clubs. And that those two are the big ones there. So let me draw your attention now to the astrological chart for Los Angeles on June 6th, 2025. And I got this at 7 p.m. That's what I got on the news on when the riots started. So we have a snapshot to look at of when the riots happened. And we have a lot going on here. So please just pay attention to what I'm about to show you. Here, as I just showed you, is the Los Angeles Mars card right there. Again, you just start here. You go right to left, top to bottom. So Mercury, Venus, Mars. This is the Mars card. This is the riots. Since this is the Mars card, I'm now going to locate where Mars is at in the astrological chart at 7 p.m. when they said the riots start, the protesting and riots started. There it is. Mars is a fire war sign, and it's sitting inside of Leo, the fire sign, and ruled by the sun. When you get a fire sign inside of a fire sign, you're going to get fire. Now, on top of that, it's sitting in the 9th house. And I just come back over here, and now we have a complete message. There is ice. The 9 of spades, bringing that worry, doubt, and fear, bringing that anxiety. And with it comes fire. Right there. The 9 in the 5th zodiac sign. The 5th zodiac sign, 2/3 of it is occupying the 9th house. And there's the 5, Leo, fire, Mars, and ice, 9. This is all midheaven. This is where the sun would be at the highest peak of its position in the sky. Now, on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, because the sun rules Leo, now I want to locate the sun and what effects it's having on the chart. Well, here it is. Helios at 7 p.m. on June 6, 2025, was in the 7th house through Taurus. And Taurus is the bull. And it just so happens that in 1781, when Los Angeles was formed, it was the year of the ox in Chinese. And so now we bring in another system, and we see that this is the ox in Chinese, this orange color, Taurus. And what do we have here in Taurus? We have the sun, and the sun rules Leo, and Leo is being occupied by Mars, which is fire and war, and there's the riots. So the sun plays into that because it's the Lord of Leo. We also have Mercury here in Taurus. And you remember that the Mercury card was the Six of Hearts, which was part of the deportation. And then we also have Uranus here. And remember that Uranus is paired with Mars for this year's card of the Ten of Swords. This is the Uranus-Mars energy right now. And so Uranus right now is in Taurus, meaning it's electrifying the sign of Taurus. This is why currency and money has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. And probably why the economic collapse is close at hand. Because Taurus is the bull, and the bull is what runs Wall Street. And when Uranus comes in, it's revolution time. It's massive change. Because Uranus is electrical, and it is not an Olympian or Titan. So it's very, very unorthodox. You don't know what you're going to get, but you know it's going to be very unconventional. And then this is all Taurus. So I come down, this is all color-coded. That's what's great about mastering the zodiac. I come down to the second house of Taurus, and what's sitting there? The ninth sign of Sagittarius. And I just go back up here, and now that Mars is getting activated through the second house. The second house is over here, and this is all the energy that's activating that sign of Taurus. That's how big this is. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, Los Angeles is having its Pluto return, as is the United States. And Pluto is right there, about an eighth of the way into Capricorn, the 10th sign. Capricorn, this is the reason why LA had the fires back in January, because Pluto entered Capricorn and Mars was directly across the way. As it is right now. Mars is not directly across from Pluto, but it's still across from Pluto. And when you take Pluto and Mars together, that spells a massive war or fire in January. When all those homes burned down in Pacific Palisades, Pluto was opposite of Mars, which is fire. So you have death and fire in Capricorn. Now that's what Hades can do, but it also is the riches of the underworld. But this is on its return. It's already went all the way around, and now it's back here again. So it's at the end of its age here. And the end of the age of Pluto is much different than when it's birthed in a system. When you take the Mars card of Los Angeles and you pair it with the Nine of Spades from Ice, you get the 59 or the 95, which is very interesting because you go back to chemistry and there is the 95. And Los Angeles is 243 years young right now. It's about to have its 244th birthday in September. But this 95 is right there on the two cards. So you have the worry, fear, anxiety of what ICE has brought, the deportation, and it's caused riots because Mars is in Leo. And the Leo is the lion who is the dragon in Chinese. And now you've pissed off the dragon. That's what you've done. The bishop has come in to try to push its weight, and it's caused a chain reaction. And of course, Pluto's return has so much to do about all of this, as does all these energies here as well. We could talk all about this stuff, but these are the main takeaways of Los Angeles and what's going on right now over in that city. The year of the bull, man. Okay? But Pluto has made its return. We have fire in Leo. The sun's in Taurus, which is the bull. These are obviously big, big heavy hitters here with the astrological chart. Now, I have a few more slides to show you, and I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, how me as the messenger, I have said so many times before, I am not in control of my life. And I'm going to support that right now. This graphic right here, I didn't take these images. I grabbed them, but these are two images. This is one image, and then this is another image. I had to blend them together in Photoshop. I just grabbed this one because it was a lot of explosions. I wasn't trying to do this to get the numbers to come out this way, but these are the messages that I got. The only cop car that has a number on it is this one. And what number is it? 42, which means lake of fire. Reincarnation. And then the bridge, the height of the bridge, man. Does this have any significance for this presentation and me being used to show you this information? Well, what is 151 if I bring the numbers together? Well, it's the 36 prime number. 151 is right there on the bridge. So I'm going to go back to the Solar Spread 63 of Los Angeles and show you what's sitting in space number 36. It's the freaking Mars card, man. It's the Riot card. Now, I know some of you be like, oh, well, you cherry-picked that. No, I didn't cherry-pick the damn image. I just grabbed them to create a scenario that you would be familiarized with on what's going on. I didn't do this consciously. And yes, this is code right there. It's pertinent to what's going on in my life and in your life. Me, obviously, being the catalyst to show you this. So what would the odds be that 151 is the 36 prime number and space number 36 is occupied by Los Angeles' Mars card, which is the card of riots in this case? What would be the odds, folks? And this is my proof. I don't even like using that word, but this is what I know to be my proof that I don't have control over my life. I am just a messenger to show you that this right here is a movie, man. And if you don't like the movie, don't tune into it. There's a lot of movies that you don't watch on Netflix or Amazon Prime. Why? Because you're not interested in them. Why are we interested in this kind of stuff? Because you think it's real. People think this is real. This is not any more real than the movie that you put on that has a war going on in it. We are being watched as entertainment in the so below. So if you don't like what you see, don't give it any energy and just tune out of it. Go about your business. Go live in the wilderness somewhere where you're away from everything. This wants your attention. This is all code, folks. 42. All of this is code, as is this, as is the chess, as is the tarot, as is the cards, as is these organizations, as is the Chinese zodiac, as is alchemy and the periodic table. It's all code. And now you could see we have Chinese 1, astrology 2, chess 3, tarot 4, cards 5, organizations and mainstream 6. And chemistry, 7 different layers we've now successfully embedded into this decode. How is that possible? Well, the answer is it's all part of the screenplay. All of it. Everything. No matter what. It's part of the screenplay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's what I got for you. Ice LA Decoded. My name is Logan for Decode Your Reality. Until next time, we will see you later.